Welcome, I'm Val, and this is an extended edition. You usually find me over on Twitch playing some indie horror games of all types, but I started my quote-unquote career uploading some Let's Plays to YouTube. Recently, I've been thinking about those again, and what better way to do a Let's Play than to finish the one that I never did? This was the first one I ever played, and never finished. It was in 360p, terrible quality, no commentary, of course. So this time, we will do it properly. And we'll just jump right in. I still recall the ecstasy of the sun piercing through the trees. While our hours passed along with the chanting of the wind blowing across the mountains. I hoped that I had forgotten you forever and ever. Anna, my love. This is the house that keeps appearing in my nightmares. No doubt about it. I could count every single crevice. How did I end up here anyway? I feel as if I walked here in a trance. But now I'm past the gates. I must figure out why I keep dreaming about her. I'm in dire need of answers. And a dirty object. It's funny that this has been so long ago and I still remember some of the puzzles. Maybe I can fix it somehow. I am going to do this without like an avatar or any overlays, just focused on the gameplay, but I will be commenting on it. We got a pebble. We do have a beautiful little stream right over here in which we could wash a dirty object. Cleaned it with water. It's some piece of gear. How could it have wound up under those rocks? The pebble, we have some documents. We are not allowed to look at, apparently. We've got more pebbles if we need it, and there is an ice-shaped notch, a magnificent carving. Despite its simplicity, the etching was masterfully crafted, and there's something inside. A good thing we have a little pebble we could throw. I can't reach it. A little bit of an odd control scheme here. And we... Someone must have stepped them like that on purpose. Not drag any more piles of rock. The string we can get rid of with the little knife that we came with. It's nice when the protagonist is prepared instead of completely helpless. Oh, and then we have this. Reeking door.wave. No way, I can't make it with my bare hands. It is a cracked wall. I believe the pebble will not be enough, but we shall try it anyway. I don't need it anymore. It's closed. Maybe it's possible to open it from the inside. There does appear to be a hint system within the game. that you can access with a key, but it does not tell you which key it is. So we'll see. If there is a pause and I may need to consult a walkthrough, I will. Another pile of rocks. Oh, we got a wooden branch. That'll resolve our issue over here, I believe. I remember this years ago actually scaring me quite a bit. There were some... I don't know if I want to say jump scares, but there were definitely some creepy moments. A dry branch. We can set this on fire with our lighter. Which does not seem like a really good idea to be doing that in an old house. It looks pretty sturdy. We got the mechanism. A rather strange mechanism. It seems to be missing some parts. We have 2 of these. They fit together perfectly. But I need something to hook them up. For that we have a little bit of string. The gear has been fixed now. And we can put it right here. Right here. There we go. It should work now. And we can go inside. First section of puzzle done. All the candles and the lamp have been lit. Does someone still live here? Ooh, handkerchief. It's in very bad shape. I fear it might crumble in my hands. It has some writing on it. We do come with a little flashlight, which is nice. Broken table. The small table is in an atrocious state. Luckily, I don't need to stop for a meal. Interesting noise. As I was saying, years ago, this scared me quite a bit. I'm pretty sure this noise also scared me quite a bit. But since then, I've played a lot of horror games. And one might call me a little bit jaded. But that doesn't mean I don't enjoy the horror, even if it doesn't scare me. About seals and their usage. There we go. Oh boy, that's a lot of reading and it's tiny. I will do my best. These seals, therefore, if created and positioned befittingly on the doors as explained hitherto, will render it impossible to be opened by those who do not ken the ritual needed to destroy the power and melt the immaterial binds of which the seal is a padlock. It is a manner of putting to the test the resolution, the will, and the intelligence of whoever seeks to break it. In this manner, only those who demonstrate to be worthy of the treasure of knowledge contained beyond that door can access it. But only strength and intelligence used together will be the key to access such treasures and secrets. The rest of this volume will illustrate the manner for melting these seals, including the rituals and the necessary equipment for such an objective. Much will already be known to those who are knowledgeable in alchemy practices, or know the connections between matter and form. But we want to help those who are totally ignorant of such matters, so as to provide a point of departure for those wishing to also conjure harder magic spells and rituals into practice. What remains to be described is the seal called that of the 5 eyes. As it is known by those who know magic and spells, it is one of the most powerful seals one could find. It represents the maximum test of value and knowledge for those who try to melt it. Because it is intended to safeguard the secrets of the species, which raises the most pity in those who are virtuous. Whoever possesses the courage to try will have to use the symbols of the deepest essences and must be willing to make some sacrifices. In fact, after having united the ceremonial knife with the most refined substance of fire, as we have hitherto described, whoever seeks to accomplish the ritual will have to use the knife upon himself to shed the blood in uncontaminated water, so that a sort of bridge is created which connects the warm and dry element to a cold and wet one. It is important, however, that, to stabilize this connection, a source of sunlight must be present to hit the water with its rays. Everything is performed correctly, the seal will melt, and the candidate will be able of seeing the image interpreted as if it were present inside of him, as these seals usually do when the preliminary ritual is performed successfully. In the particular case of the seal of the 5 eyes, one must remember that this is destined to contain a source of intimate pain and torment. The brave one must recognize the pain of the mother and show pity and compassion through contact with the faces of the innocent. As per rule, the seal provides an incomplete representation, which the celebrant must complete, establishing a connection to the material world through what he can find externally, near the place where the seal was found, and which forms part of such place. As demonstration of the proper execution of the rite, the officer will witness a vision. As the struggle of the mother is remembered in the operations described here, he will witness her crying, which we can very much hear in the background. So this is our seal that we have to break. And I definitely, as I was reading this, remembered doing this ritual. I need a key for it. We have another book here. Lucien and Margarita. In times gone by, youths ventured into the woods to vow their eternal love. Thus on that day, Lucien the shepherd took Margarita by the hand and led her amidst the trees. Margarita was sweet like the spring, with hair like gold threads, and her hands were as quick in cotton spinning as a nightingale was in flying. For all of this, the shepherd desired her hand in marriage. It was a beautiful October day, and the snow seemed to be yet distant. After a long walk, and while they were amidst the thick of the woods, the sun was covered by the clouds, and Margarita said, "Please, my love, let us return home. A cloud has covered the sun, and if 1,000 drops were to fall from the sky, sick we could become, you and I." But the shepherd replied, "One more step, my dove. I have heard the sound of an axe, and I do not want those woodcutter ears to eavesdrop our vows." Margarita followed him, and on they walked for 100 steps more. The sky darkened, and the maiden trembled. She pleaded, "Please, my love, let us return home. The cloud is darker, and if 100 flakes should fall, the path will vanish, and they won't ever find us at all." But the shepherd had seen a hunter several trees away, and he did not want the hunter's eyes to spy on their kisses. He replied, "Courage, my love, one more step." 100 steps later, a very white light glared far in the distance, and Lucien clenched his beloved hand more tightly because he desperately wanted to reach it. Snow had begun to fall, and the young maiden desired to go back. She dragged her feet and pleaded, but Lucien gripped her hand tighter and dragged her. Margarita wept. "Please, if you love me, stop and let us try to find a way home." But the young man no longer heeded her. Margarita tried to stop him whilst the light before them continued to grow. He let go of her hand and proceeded alone. Margarita fell upon the ground while he disappeared into the storm. Thus she gathered all her courage, took her skirt in hand, and rushed to stop him, because she truly loved him and did not want any harm to befall him. But Lucien, feeling his hands being pulled back, turned around with a face which no longer seemed to be his own and screamed, "Begone, you jealous harpy! Why do you linger still? She is calling me with a voice that nary 1,000 nightingales can match, and here you are cawing like a choked crow. Begone!" And saying this, he turned away from her. But Margarita did not relent and grabbed him by his pants. So the young man turned with a stone in his hand and hit her hard on the face and disappeared, leaving her upon the ground. When Margarita opened her eyes again, the snow had ceased falling. The night was silent, but the light was still there. Enveloped by terror, the young girl ran away as far as she could. When she was found the following morning, her golden hair had turned to white, and her face, once sweet and beautiful, was now disfigured by a long scar. Nothing was again heard of Lucien, and no one ever ventured into those woods again. Broken Saw. I am hoping, of course, that some of these puzzles will return to me, and I will not get terribly stuck. But lit stove with a fire. It was on when I got here. There's something in the flames. I do believe we cannot get out anymore at this point. Padlock. The door is bolted shut by a sturdy padlock, keeping me from discovering what may lie inside the warehouse. Although we could save. Apparently I still had my old save. Well, they don't matter anymore. Do I really want to flee? If I left, I feel as though I wouldn't be able to enter the house again. I think there is an ending here. Let's check it before we get much further. This place gives me the creeps. Something horrible must have happened here. Air feels filled with horror. I must leave. What was I seeking in a place like that? What was I hoping to find? Between these walls, in these woods, there's nothing for me. Only madness was waiting behind those doors. Staying there means only pain, horrible secrets unveiled, and I could have lost myself. I want to leave and forget this place, forget everything forever. And there we have it. Anna Extended Edition. The first ending done. I'm not going to do many other endings, to be honest. Just the one. But knowing that this one was in here, you know, why not? Why not experience it? Okay, let's do it properly now. We have a puddle. Pool of stagnant water, perhaps formed after a rainstorm. I would say space and the deep ocean. Alright, we can move the chain up and down. A slot in the wall, an ordinary rectangular notch. Its center lies a tiny slot filtering a weak ray of light. I think it was definitely something about this atmosphere. Woman crying in the background. May not be the most enticing of graphics, but it does build a pretty good atmosphere. Can we take this pot? Ooh, a drawer. Oh, I thought it said broken cable. Okay, he doesn't have anything to say about the drawer, but it appears... Yes, we would need a key for this. Yeah, that'll do it. A tiny baby Val. Creepy stuff moving around. Do I still have my pebble? I don't. Try to stoke the fire with the... We'll get the pot. No. A lamp. Very nice. Stoke the fire with the stick that we have. It's a vase with some flowers in it. Oddly enough, they haven't wilted in the darkness. This is where we find the book, correct. Let's try if we can poke the fire. No. My adventure game logic would immediately be take a pot, fill it with water, and extinguish the fire. But the thing with it, I guess it is like a point-and-click adventure game, just first person. they have their logic that they wish for you to adhere to, and other solutions are not allowed. What we have with us is a knife, a lighter, and a branch. If only I were MacGyver, I'm sure I could fix something up real good, real quick. Solve all these puzzles. The branch snapped. It's of no use in such a state. But we do have this knife.
They weep. Every night they weep.
Part of the ritual is to cut our hand. It appears we need the handle for us to be able to properly do that. Ooh, soft roots. Roots, they seem soft and easy to cut. Will our tiny knife help with this? This puny knife is not going to be enough to cut these branches. I need something up to the jaw. We could hang something here. It looks like to me like an oil lamp of sorts. Can I take a closer look at it? No. Oh, we have an empty canteen. Interesting, we don't need to take the pot. The flask is full. Now this should hopefully be enough for the fire. Oh, see, I thought that was what you needed to do there, to put the lamp in there and lower it. And I wonder if this is supposed to be a hint, because it's the exact same chain and the exact same lamp. And we get a key. A little bit of spooky shaking. A broken stove. If I light it in its current condition, it'll smoke out the whole room. I need to find something to fix it. How would you fix that? If not by removing the entire pipe. Oh. I think something supernatural might be going on here. I'm getting a light vibe. I'm not sure why. We unlocked a new room. Excellent. Oh, and I see an axe. To me now, this game feels very chill, actually. It's the music. It's this nice little cottage. At the same time, I don't know. I think I may still like it. We got an axe. It mixes these horror vibes with the chill atmosphere. A heavy night hilt. This heavy bench was used to cut wooden blocks. This heavy blade was very accurate. A hooked blade. I was wondering if we need to sharpen any of these tools. They appear to be quite rusty. Oh, we got a tool.
Where are
And a
you?
hook, which I'm sure we'll need for the chain thing. I will say I was a bit peeved
Here dwells the eternity I promised mankind.
when I wanted to play this and I was somewhat cock-blocked by the new Calypso launcher that Calypso decided to add in another book. And refused to let me play my game until I contacted support. And they managed to reset my CD key, basically. But this game is a decade old, if not longer, more. Is that really necessary? Put a damn launcher onto this old of a game? Okay, so we don't need to put any of that in there yet, perhaps? Let's read what we just picked up. Far away and nearby fairy tales. Oh, I just got all the Fables achievement, mixed with my old playthrough. The hero passed beyond the monster's jaws and found the enchanted castle as the sorceress had foreseen. A castle with mountain-like walls, made of sparkling stone and smooth as an assassin's blade. Clouds covered its towers, and the giant front portal was adorned by terrible gold tusks. The hero grabbed the door's knocker, a silver circle between the jaws of a golden lion, and struck the lead plate with all his might for 3 times. Its jaws quivered and the lion rumbled, but it did not relinquish the ring. "Who dares disturb my sleep?" "It is I, and I command thee to let me pass," the brave hero replied. "Dare put your hands between my tusks and release this ring from my mouth. Only then will I reveal thee the lock. Why don't you just open your mouth?" "I cannot allow it to fall." The hero took the silver ring from the tremendous lion's mouth and realized that it was a magnificent crown adorned with gems. "Put it on your head, only then can I obey you." Thus the hero placed the crown on his head and ordered, "Lion, reveal the lock." So the lion's head leapt down from the portal, and the hero watched as its entire body followed it. A magic spell had trapped within the portal the magnificent beast. Large as a bull, and a bright silver sword stretched between 2 golden chains was revealed behind it. The lion said, "Only the blood of the brave can grease this sword and unprison it from these bolts." And so he clawed the hero, whose chest started to bleed. The hero smeared his hands in his own blood and greased the sword with it. The sword slipped from its hinges, but did not let itself be caught. It said, "Only the bracelets of power can bend me." And thus the hero removed the bolts from the door, and he could see that there were 2 heavy golden cuffs that fitted him perfectly. He placed them on his wrists and grabbed the sword. Then, with the sword in his hands and the crown on his head, he struck the door 3 times, ordering it to open in the name of its master. The hinges turned, the gigantic portal opened wide. The proud lion bent its paw, saying, "Please, my lord, my back is at your service." I expected that to backfire on the guy, but alright. Some silver dust has fallen from the book. I'll keep it. Okay, boy, I just wish the font was a little bit larger, not gonna lie. Already wearing my glasses, but it's a little hard to read. Apologies for any mistakes there. Amongst the several substances we have discussed at the beginning, one of the most important is the electrum, a union between gold and silver found in nature in the mines of Asia Minor, called Lydia by the ancient Romans, which can be attained by the expert in his workshop with great knowledge of alchemy and goldsmith. The electrum is a substance capable of unifying and maximizing the quality of gold and silver, realizing the solemn union of the metal dominated by the sun and its cold ensign, the moon. Blessed son of the sublime union, the electrum, a very pliable metal which is amber in color, encloses within itself, besides several other portentous gifts, a primary purifying capacity, which, if conducted with great firmness of will, can remove evil and spells. It has been recounted in an ancient manuscript translated to Chinese from Arabic that an old wise woman, through her polished amber bell, was capable of distancing sickness from whoever heard the pleasant rings for a whole night. The manuscript does not directly mention the electrum, but from the description of the bell as polished and amber in color, it is doubtless that this was a bell of electrum. Not an average, but a sublime alloy, as only the vibration of integral natural electrum can produce the same purifying effects as the powder of electrum diffused in the air, through puffs or through light. Empower them to the point of eliminating the sickness. The use of powdered electrum spread through puffs or through light has been recounted by various and important sources. The same sources tell of wells situated within the walls of ancient temples, upon whose now dry bottoms some electrum dust is collected. Elder witnesses tell of rituals performed by the ancient to clean and purify these wells. They would carry a lit cedar wood torch and hemp soaked in perfumed resin and lower it into the well after abundantly sprinkling noble electrum dust upon the ardent flame. Thus the flame diffused the benevolent dust in the well, illuminating every angle with its rays and purifying it. They, motivated by superstition and not by metaphysical science, took great care in the choice of materials used for this ritual, would accompany it with chants, praise, and incantations. But we modern people know that the purifying effect was given by the electrum itself. Therefore, it will be sufficient to diffuse it with a flame lit in the location or in the well or basin which one intends to purify, so to remove its filth. So I'm guessing the dust is electrum dust, that's right. Perhaps we need to put it in the lamp. Because it said to diffuse it with light. So I wonder what could possibly go in this. So we'll have to break something. I am very... Oh! Bone-heeled. I was just going to say how sometimes I can be very blind and miss things. So I really don't want to do that now. The pieces fit together perfectly. Just build some sort of ritual dagger. Alright. We do appear to have some journal. Oh, okay. Excellent. Is this from my old playthrough? Did I just skimmed through it. I didn't really read anything, but I'm wondering if it took information from the previous playthrough? Okay, this seems to be the newest thing, unless this is like a backstory. It is. We shall perhaps look at this later. Let's see if this axe can actually get through here. I'm not an expert, this will take some time. It's alright, it's alright. We got time. I'll keep the root I just cut with me. Let's see. Put the hook on the chain. Put the lamp on the chain. And now we have the lamp with electrum. There we go. So we do want... Oh. I don't know if that was good. It worked, I don't know how, but it worked. The electrum spread into the water, cleansing it of its corruption. So those legends are way more than superstition. That is deeper than I thought it would be. So we do need sunlight into the chamber, is what it said. It has a rectangular bit. And we want to Make it wider, obviously. So I would immediately be thinking, oh, some sort of glass to reflect. We don't have any of that. Let me in! Let me in! I'm not sure this is repairable for us. So we need a magnifying glass. That would also perhaps be helping us with that slot. Oh, here we go. Perhaps we can brute force this padlock. The padlock is quite resistant. I need something longer to perform some lever action. I think our little meter here went down a little bit. Because we don't necessarily like seeing these supernatural things happen. Though, to be fair, the electrum seemed more like science rather than magic. And yes, I will most likely rant about this Calypso launcher thing a few more times over this playthrough. While I understand why a publisher might insist they do it, fine, do it for the newer games. Don't go back to over 10-year-old game and put a launcher on there that also stops me from playing because it doesn't immediately work. Apparently my key was tied to a very old email address that I can't even access anymore. How? Calypso? How? Do we fix this with soft roots, perhaps? No. Let's repair the stove first. Was this there the entire time? It was certainly not, and now it's on fire. Anyway, go back to this room. Used to cut wood. We have not been able to pick up any of the wood. Or this hammer, which I would really like to take just because it's a really big hammer. What else was in my journal? We have a ritual knife. This appears to be the start of where we woke up in front of the house. What the? How did I end up here? This is the sawmill I keep seeing in my dreams, but I don't understand. Am I awake or still asleep? My dreams I'm always outside the fence, but not this time. I want to find out what's hidden here. Somehow feel that in that house I will find the answers to all my questions, and maybe her, too. Weird rock mounds and mechanisms on the wall. Now I'm sure this house has secrets to conceal. No longer just a simple inkling. I can hear a woman weeping behind that door. I must find a way to open it. There's a painting depicting 5 eyes. Maybe they have some meaning. I couldn't believe my own eyes, finding an ancient and well-preserved book in a place such as this. Its contents troubled me, though. The text describes how to unbind magic seals using blood. It says one must pour some blood into pristine water, cutting oneself with a red-hot ritual dagger. Magic seals? Blood rituals? This is madness. Yet I'm torn. Should I leave everything behind? Stay and unravel this mystery. Alright, so... can we heat the knife with our lighter? The image of a snake has appeared on the blade. Excellent. It seems we might not need much more for the ritual. We can just do it. Pooled ritual dagger. Okay, we might have to do this like really quickly. Incandescent ritual dagger. I don't think this is the right place. Which would be the right place? Near the light? Not in the right place. Someone has thrown a key into this little fire lit a while ago, but why? To prevent me from finding it? To hide something from me? Anna, was it you? And some electrum in the house. It's an alloy of gold and silver that, according to a book I have found, has great cleansing properties. The text asserts that the powers of the electrum can be spread through the air using peculiar rites. Can't imagine how it ended up here, but I guess nothing surprises me anymore. I reassembled a ritual knife. I haven't any clue about its origins, but I'm certain it's ancient. The weirdest thing is that when I put the blade together, it reacted to the heat of my hand. It worked. I don't know how, but it worked. The electrum spread into the water, cleansing it of its corruption. So those legends are way more than superstition. Perhaps over here? Little cut should be enough. Shall we figure with children?
Who are you? It doesn't hurt anymore. How did you do that? Wait, don't run off. At least tell me your name.
I feel strange. What's happening to me? Everything is fading away and constantly changing. And with that, I will call it here. And this is the first episode of what will be a full playthrough of Anna Extended Edition. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. That is coming eventually. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. You usually find me on twitch.tv Valkyrie Shepherd. Go have a look, or at any of these other wonderful videos you could check out on my channel right now.